So, a very wet day today. The rain is slowing down, but it's been pretty miserable. It was raining quite hard. There's my turkeys showed up. They actually came to the window of my office and I could hear them clucking away. So I came out and fed them and they seem to be happy now. But I've got a little job that I've got to do tomorrow. I've got to get the trailer ready to head up to the dealership to pick up my snowblower for the back of the Kubota tractor. So that's going to be nice to have. I did have one on my John Deere tractor, which you may have seen in my older videos, but that is now sold because I've got the power of the Kubota tractor. I figure I might as well use it instead of really flogging my lawnmower much harder than I should be. So that will be tomorrow's job. But for now, we've got one little thing that I'm going to finish up today. Very important. It's time for a haircut. There's my buddies still trying to talk me into getting more food for them. Now what they're going to do is run back to the area where I throw the food out. They're pretty cute. Yeah, there they go. They're all back to the area where I feed them from. Sorry guys. 2 meals a day only. Well, what do you think, Rashad? Did I let it get too far ahead of me this time? I don't like the feel of long hair. It does bug me. So I do keep it pretty short most of the time. And like a lot of other things, I do it myself, which sometimes shows. Well, it's not so terrible. Doesn't take very long. I started doing this when the COVID thing hit and I couldn't get into the barbershop. So that's been, what, 2 years now I've been doing it. I figured, you know, I spent $35 on this hair cutting tool. Might as well get my use out of it. It certainly paid me back. Now, there are times that I end up wearing a hat for a fairly long time, but what are you going to do if you can't laugh at yourself now and then have a little bit of fun as we get through all of this? So we're just getting ready here to head off to pick up a new piece of equipment to further get us along in our winter preparation. So I'm just getting things figured out with the trailer as to how it's going to go into the trailer and how I'm going to get my straps on and that kind of thing. And then we're about to head out. Okay guys, we're all set. Got the trailer on. We're ready to roll. Let's head out. here we are, the Kubota dealership. Oh, look at all those tractors. I suspect one of these over here is mine. Anyway, let's get the trailer ready. Well, there we are, all loaded up and ready to go. It's a little bit wider than the one on the John Deere, and it's a lot more powerful looking. Let's get this beast home and unloaded. So there is the snowblower safely at home. We're going to leave it sit here for a little bit. I've got a few other jobs to get to before I come back to this. I don't want to put it on the tractor just yet. There's no real point in that. And I do need to make a couple of minor adjustments to it. These skids that it rides along on, these black pieces at the bottom, I need to lower those down as far as they'll go, especially for the start of the year. And then a little bit of oil on the chain and that kind of thing, and we'll do a test fit on it later on. But for now, I've got a small light that I need to install over one of our doors because it's a little difficult to find your keys on that. So I've got a little solar light that I'm going to install over top of that door, and we'll see how that works. So we do have lots of lighting around the property. I've got sensor lights all over the place, but the one spot that seems to be missed is this lower door. It's kind of in between here of a joint in the building, and there's just no light that comes from it. I've got lights out facing that way from this corner, and then lights out there facing down the driveway in the other corner, but nothing to illuminate this right here. So we're going to try this simple little solar powered light and see how it works. All right, now I just need to figure out where to put the solar cell. So there's one of our motion sensor lights. It works really well. It runs off of 110, and they're quite bright. But like I say, it doesn't shine around the corner. So you can see here where the shade comes down. So I'm going to try to mount this panel a little bit low so I know it's going to be in direct sunlight for most of the day. Well, that's good. Hopefully there's enough cord to get over to my light. Well, I'm going to need my taller ladder, and we'll see if we can get this hooked in place. All right, we got our little solar light in place. So this is it here, and I'll put up an information page about it as well. And we'll see how well it works. It's supposed to be all weather. It's going to need to be. All right, we'll go on to the next job. The next job's getting a little bigger. I want to build a ramp to go up into my old observatory building because I want to store all the wheeled equipment in there. And that's going to be its final purpose as well once the new walls and roof are on it. So I want to get a few things moved out of the way for the winter. And so I thought, well, you know, the building is basically empty, so I might as well build that ramp and get it in place and get going with that. So let's go get some lumber. So it's time to get the logging trailer set up here for hauling down the slab wood. And it should be pretty simple. It's just a matter of getting these holes lined up at the bottom where the hinge is and slip the pins in, and then it just folds down on top of the trailer and just sits there. There's nothing that really fastens it in place. So let's get that on and start getting ready to try hauling away some of the slab wood. Well, there we are. We're ready to go. I'm going to take the back gate off to allow the slabs to hang out the back, but I'm going to leave the front gate on just so they can't too easily come sliding forward. All right, we're going to get this up to the slab pile and park it, and then get the tractor up there and see what it's like to throw some slab wood into this thing. Well, that was awkward. Everything is on too much of an angle here because I'm on the hill. As soon as I start lifting up with that load, the tractor wants to tip because I'm coming up on a root here and really tipping the tractor over quite a bit. So you raise your center of gravity, as what happens when you raise your load. It makes everything that much tippier. So I think what I'm going to have to do is position this actually down in the driveway and then pick my loads up and take them down and put them in the trailer when it's sitting in the driveway. Going to make it take a little bit longer, but I'd rather take a little longer than end up flipping the tractor over. So we'll finish up getting this batch ready, and then we'll take everything down. Well, that was way safer. Well, let's get our first load down to where we're going to dump it. The trailer isn't full, but that's okay. I don't want to overstress it. It's different from carrying logs. This is going to be a little more compact, and you're going to be able to put one heck of a lot of weight in here. So we won't overdo it. All right, let's get this one down there. right, let's dump our first load. Well, that went pretty nicely. I got a nice spot here where the thorn bushes were that I can just keep dumping it in. All right, let's head back and see if the weather is going to allow us to keep going here for a little bit. Well, it looks like the weather's turning against me. It's just starting to rain here and things are pretty black. So I just parked the tractor and the ATV. So the ATV has still got the trailer on it over there, so I can just pull it out and get started again right away. So I've got a few loads down there, but not much yet. We've still got quite a lot to go. So for now, we're gonna go in, get lunch. Maybe we'll even take the afternoon off, or I'll do a little bit of editing, so I've got stuff for you guys to watch. So the rain has caught up with me. Things have been pretty wet. It has finally stopped, but it's still a very gloomy day. But let's have a look at where we are now with the slab wood pile. So 7/8 of that stuff is now gone. I've got some still sitting here on top of some old metal roofing material, and that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that much, but the pile did come out to here, and now we're way back in. So I'm quite pleased with that. Helps us get ready for next year, which is good, because I will be sawing more logs next year. There's no doubt about that. Now, I decided that I was going to go ahead and drain the fuel out of the carburetor for the sawmill. There's no real point in not draining it, so I went ahead and did it. So it could be considered fully winterized now. I still might have the opportunity or the need to start it up for something later on, and it is a very simple process to get it back online again. All I have to do is turn the gas on and start it up. I've got to do something about that. Got to make a little board or something to go in there to hold the tarp out. But anyway, that's where we are with the slab wood. Now, once it gets dark, we're going to have a look and see how good our new little solar light works that I put on the lower door of the house. Okay, guys, it is dark out now, so we're going to go and check and see how well that solar light works over the lower door. So I've got the one motion sensor light that came on. I've turned off the two motion sensor lights that are along the side of that house, but we will probably set off a couple of others as we're walking through here. Like the ones over on the observatory might come on as we go around. Yeah, there it is. And there are other sensor lights also over on the workshop. So the ones on this side of the house are off. So let's see what happens with this little solar light, and we'll see what kind of light we get from it. So I've got it tipped right down low. So we should get fairly close to the door before it goes off. And there it is. Well, it is just solar, and it is quite bright. That really works quite well. So normally there'd be two other sensor lights already shining on you as you come up here. So this little solar light's job, and so the only job that it has here, is to illuminate the door to allow you to put your key in and that kind of thing without having any trouble. And that works very nicely. I'm very pleased with that. All right, so we're going to head back in, turn the Sentry lights back on, so everything will be back to normal. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time.